For centuries, human muscles, mostly from rural women, have dominated Africa's farm power.
It is unacceptable that in the 21st century, 7% of labor in agriculture is still by women. This is now changing. At AWAN Africa, we are economically empowering women and youth in agribusiness.
Hi, my name is Marian Musinguzi Karamaji. I am an AWAN Africa member. Together with my family, we grow apples in Kanungu district under the brand name Daisy's Apples.
My name is Evelyn Acheno from Uganda. I'm a AWAN African member. I support smallholder farmers with information to access the markets.
Through AWAN Africa, I've had the privilege of interacting with other like-minded women across Malawi and Africa who are committed to making a difference in agriculture.
It's so awesome to even network as AWAN Africa is organizing us to network, trading with one another. We must move forward. We are trailblazers.
Salut, je suis Madame Saba, née Ilboudo Mat Alfonsine. Je suis promotrice de la Meunier du Faso, une entreprise de transformation agroalimentaire.
C'est un plaisir pour moi de faire partie de AWAN Africa aux côtés des femmes soucieuses et déterminées à transformer l'agriculture africaine.
À travers AWAN Africa, j'ai eu le privilège de m'engager avec des femmes à travers l'Afrique qui se sont engagées pour faire une différence dans l'agriculture. Je suis la championne de la mécanisation de l'agriculture en Afrique.
This is my team. They are our trailblazers. At AWAN Africa, we upgrade their skills in addressing their knowledge gaps in different sectors. In financial literacy, we provide also information on market access. We provide information on trade and rules of trade, continentally and globally. Through our eHub platform, we provide online information on innovation and new technology in agriculture.
According to the impact assessment of COVID-19 pandemic on AWAN Africa members, 91% lost revenue, 16% experienced reduced production, 45% faced post-harvest losses, and 70% lost all their income.
The resilience of an African rural woman, built through centuries because of poverty and systemic exclusion, has helped them build the resilience even during this pandemic.
So my company supplies seafood to hotels, restaurants and supermarkets. But due to the impact of COVID on the hotelier industry, I have lost 80% of my income and I have to close down my operation for the month of April.
We've faced a number of challenges like everyone else. One of them being that we were unable to travel to the farm as often as we usually do.
As a woman, I experience challenges when doing business, and some of the challenge I experience is lack of financial access. When I try to access money from the bank, they ask me for collaterals, which I do not have.
Another problem I face is with the issue of certifying some of the products we are into processing. So getting some of our products approved by FDA and stuff has been quite hectic. You know, there's a lot of processes with it. The cost involved also, sometimes it's time consuming.
The biggest challenge that I had was owning my own infrastructure and own inputs, because that meant that I always had to lease, and obviously that affected my overheads and eventually my profit in the business. So I found ways to collaborate with other farmers who do have, the necessary machinery that I don't. Being a smallholder farmer, I'm not as big as the other guys, and I obviously don't at this current moment have all the agricultural inputs that I need. So I had to find a way that I could barter with other farmers where maybe, it's a skills development sharing, and in return I also get some of the machinery that I need on loan.
Today, after the pandemic, the new normal requires that African governments, international development partners, to change their mindset and strategy to prioritize and focus on women and youth economic empowerment for rural transformation.
You cannot triple intra-African trade without boosting agribusiness, which is where organizations like AWAN do come in. We do admire what they are doing on the continent. We see them as a role model. I want to urge them to continue to do this.
We are going to engage with AWAN because part of our mandate is really to engage with the private sector.
We call upon supporters to support women in agribusiness so that their businesses can rise again, so that they can have hope again, so that they can live again, to see that their businesses thrive and they go forward.
We are appealing to government and donors to support us with grants, that we can invest in equipment, that we can invest in facilities, that we can invest in all the inputs we need for us to increase our production, and ultimately this will help us create employment opportunities for the youth in Africa.
I would like to urge government and funding institutions to support us with financial means in order for us to maintain our businesses and maintain our cash flows.
The Africa we want must overpower the Africa we don't.